Okay, so today we're going to dive into something pretty interesting and maybe even kind of mind-blowing.
Oh yeah, this one's a good one.
It's the idea that, like, your subconscious never actually sleeps.
It's always working, right?
Yeah, it's always on, even when you are totally knocked out.
Exactly. Even when you're supposedly resting, that part of you is still going strong.
And so we're really digging into a conversation that Jazz and this manifestation expert Amaan had on the Manifest Your Life channel.
Oh, I love that channel.
Yeah, and they were talking about all this and how we can actually use this always-on subconscious to, like, reach our goals faster.
That's the key, right? Like, how do we actually tap into that power?
Exactly. So, like, to really kick things off, think about this for a second, 95%.
Whoa, that's a big number.
Yeah, 95% of your brain is still active while you're asleep. That's what they said.
So that begs the question, what exactly is it doing, and how do we get in on that action?
Right. So let's start with the basics. Like, what's the difference between your conscious and subconscious mind?
Sure, so think of your conscious mind as like the CEO. It's focused on the here and now, making decisions and dealing with whatever's right in front of you.
Right. Like, it's paying attention to what you're doing right now, like listening to us.
Exactly. And when you go to sleep, that part of you pretty much clocks out.
Like, you're not consciously worrying about your to-do list in your dreams.
Right, but your subconscious, that's a whole different story.
So what's it doing while we're snoozing?
Well, according to Amaan, it's processing everything that happened during the day, all your emotions, your memories, and especially your beliefs, those deep-seated things that really shape how you see the world,
And it's doing all this all the time.
24/7 nonstop.
So that's why they were saying it's constantly influencing your reality whether you realize it or not.
Exactly. It's like this behind-the-scenes architect shaping your experiences.
And that 95% statistic really hits home, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like the subconscious is this massive powerhouse we're barely tapping into.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. How can we actually use this always-on subconscious to manifest the things we want in life?
So the idea is that since it's always listening, it's absorbing everything, your thoughts, your feelings, even that inner chatter you have with yourself.
Oh, you mean that voice that's always telling me I can't do something?
Well, hopefully not, but yeah, that's the one. And if you're constantly feeding it positive messages that align with your goals, it's like setting the stage for those goals to manifest.
So it's kind of like planting seeds in your mind and your subconscious is like the fertile ground?
I like that analogy. And a man actually called it the secret sauce to achieving anything you want.
I love that, the secret sauce.
Right? Like it's this hidden ingredient that can really supercharge your efforts.
Have you ever had that experience where you, like, go to bed with a problem and then wake up with the answer?
Oh, all the time. It's like my brain worked it out while I was sleeping.
Exactly. And that's another example of your subconscious at work.
It's constantly processing information even when you're not consciously aware of it.
Okay, but what about those negative beliefs we were talking about before?
Right, because if your subconscious is full of those limiting thoughts like, I'm not good enough or I'll never succeed, those can sabotage your efforts.
It's like trying to drive with the parking brake on.
Exactly. And Owen said it's like having this overachieving assistant who's super efficient but working off of outdated instructions.
So if you're constantly telling yourself you can't do something, your subconscious is like, okay, boss, whatever you say.
And it'll actually work to make sure you don't succeed.
That's kind of scary.
It is. But the good news is we can reprogram those instructions.
So how do we give our subconscious a better to-do list?
There are a few techniques we can use, especially at night when our conscious mind is out of the way.
Okay, I'm all ears.
The first one is called nighttime priming, and it's all about taking advantage of that relaxed state just before you fall asleep.
Like when you're all cozy in bed?
Yeah, exactly. And the idea is to visualize your desired outcome as vividly as possible.
So, like, if I want to get a promotion, I should imagine myself getting that corner office.
Exactly. Picture yourself walking into that office, feeling the excitement, and even smelling that new leather chair.
And the more senses you engage, the more powerful it is, right?
Exactly. It's like creating a mental movie that your subconscious can absorb.
And what about affirmations?
That's another great one. Because your subconscious loves repetition, you can record yourself saying positive affirmations like, I am attracting abundance into my life, or I am worthy of success.
And then just play that recording on repeat while you sleep.
Exactly. And you can use your phone, a dedicated app, whatever works for you.
I like Jazz's suggestion. Jazz is a manifestation queen.
Haha. Well, you got to make it personal, right?
But the key is consistency, right? Like actually doing this every night.
Absolutely. It's like building a new neural pathway in your brain.
And what about those negative beliefs? How do we get rid of those?
Well, the first step is awareness, noticing those negative thoughts when they popped up during the day.
Okay, so like if I catch myself thinking I'm not good with money.
Then you consciously challenge that thought and replace it with something positive like, I am becoming financially savvy.
And reinforce that positive statement at night before you go to sleep.
Exactly. It's all about creating a new, empowering story for your subconscious to believe.
This reminds me of the Maine's personal story.
Oh yeah, the one where he doubled his income in just a few weeks?
Yeah, he was really struggling with money and feeling trapped in a scarcity mindset.
But he started using nighttime priming to visualize himself having a steady flow of clients and a more abundant life.
And it actually worked.
It did, and it really shows the power of intentionally directing your subconscious mind.
So it's not just about wishing and hoping, it's about actively planting those seeds and giving your subconscious clear instructions.
Exactly. And remember, your subconscious is always working, even when you're not consciously thinking about your goals.
Like it's always solving problems in the background.
Exactly. And the ha moment you get when you wake up with a solution to a problem you were struggling with the day before, that's proof of that.
It's like your brain was working on it all night.
And that same power could be directed towards achieving your dreams.
So the challenge for our listeners is to actually try this out.
Yes. Pick one technique, visualization, affirmations, belief clearing, whatever resonates with you.
And just experiment, see what matters.
Maybe keep a journal to track any shifts you notice in your thinking or your experiences.
So to wrap this all up, the big takeaway is your subconscious mind isn't just passively resting while you sleep.
It's this powerful, constantly active force that's shaping your reality.
And by learning how to work with it intentionally, we can really unlock our potential.
Absolutely. It's about becoming conscious creators of our own lives.
So here's a final thought for you as you drift off to sleep tonight, knowing that your subconscious is always listening. What instructions are you going to give it to create the life you truly desire?
Think about that, and sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Good night.
Good night.